And now, words of wisdom with Adam Carriker.
Dance like no one's watching, sing like no one's listening, live every day like Maury just told you, you are not the father.
Oh, happy days. Welcome to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion, Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker on my left.
Yo mama was a snowblower.
Former wrestling announcer and weight loss champion Chuck Carroll here. This is Fourth and Pain bright and early on a Sunday morning right here on 1067 The Fan. Be sure to be giving us a follow on the tweeters at Fourth and Pain. And while you're at it, follow me at the Chuck Carroll. And Adam, you are?
At Adam Carriker 94.
Exactly. Plugs out of the way. A lot to get to today. We're going to have on your teammate. Very excited about this. Adam Geddes, perhaps the second most knowledgeable Redskin when it comes to the WWE.
He is a huge wrestling fan, and I think he's also got a bright future within this organization. The man's got some ability to play some football as well.
Looking forward to having him on the show for a second time. But before we get to any of that, lots to discuss, lots going on at Redskins Park. But the big question, the one that I know that you've been asked on Twitter, the one that I've been wondering myself, and maybe you and I have had some off-air conversations, how in the world is this cash-strapped team going to improve next season, given the fact that they can't go out and make a splash in free agency?
Well, first of all, people need to remember that we had the cap penalty last year of $18 million, and we won the NFC East. And perhaps if Robert doesn't get hurt, we're probably going to beat the Seattle Seahawks, and who knows what happens beyond that. And we did that last year with a team that had a cap penalty of $18 million, the same thing as this year. And as I look at our team, we've got just about everybody coming back that we had last year, with the exception of a few minor changes. But there's one big difference. We're going to have a healthy Brian Orakpo. We're going to have a healthy Brandon Meriweather. We're going to have a healthy Adam Carriker. I'm hoping we sign Fred Davis back. We'll see how that plays out. But he missed most of last year. Pierre Garçon missed half of last year. Look what he did when he was healthy. We get all these guys back. We get them healthy. You're going to have injuries here and there. So give or take some of that. But you get all those guys back along with everyone we had last year. The team is going to be better, even with this big cap penalty.
Right. Don't forget, add Roy Halu's name to the mix. Halu, I should say, your fellow Husker. And
Absolutely.
then you think about Pierre Garçon, who also missed time last year with that foot injury. If he's healthy for all 16 games, the connection, the promise that he showed with RG3 this past year, frankly, I'm thinking at the very least, this is a team that can go 8-8. But here's what kind of strikes me, and that's at the very least. I actually have higher hopes for this team than most people. Here's what strikes me. This is exactly what you said. The same group of individuals that went on that 7-game winning streak and made the postseason. This is the same group of individuals that captured the first NFC East title since 1999. And immediately, just because the month flips on the calendar, you're getting dismissed again.
Well, it's interesting to me because we won 7 games in a row last year. Everything that was accomplished last year, all of a sudden that's being downplayed. And how well that season went, and the first division title since 99, a first playoff appearance since 06, all of a sudden that doesn't matter. And just because we can't go out and sign a bunch of new guys like all these other teams can, it's all of a sudden we're going to be like 6-10. We're going to be 7-9. I look at our offense. We have the same offensive line back. We have the same receivers back. We need to get that tight end, whether it's through the draft, whether it's Mr. Davis. Our defense is the exact same. But with the addition of Rack, myself, Meriweather, we get Jack back. We need a couple of corners, whoever that turns out to be. But other than the corner position and getting a tight end somewhere, it's everybody's the same with the addition of all these healthy guys. And to me, just because we can't go out and sign a bunch of big-name free agents like a lot of other teams can, doesn't mean we're going to be worse or we're going to be the same. I think we're going to be considerably better.
Right, and I tweeted about this past week. You know, maybe I'm one of the few in the media that's actually really happy about the way that this salary cap is playing out. I actually think it's helping the organization more than it's hurting it. Why? Because the way to build a better franchise, the way to build to the future future is through continuity. And because you're cash strapped, because you don't have this $18 million to go out and acquire those big name free agents, you are having the same guys back. You talk about the offensive line returning. Tyler Columbus resigns this past week, which means that your 5 offensive line starters are going to be back next year again. And everybody's saying, well, you need to go out, you needed to get a right tackle, you need to address that this offseason. But to me, Tyler Columbus didn't play that bad. This was a much improved offensive line that nobody had high expectations for when Jamal Brown went down.
That's all I heard about how we're going to handle with this offensive line. The offensive line turned out to be one of the strengths of the team. And Tyler Columbus, we also signed a couple of other guys who could play a right tackle. Tyler obviously showed he can play there last year. We signed Trueblood, and what was the other guy's name? He's been in the league about 10 years.
Oh, the veteran, Pashos.
There you go. And so one of those 3 guys is going to earn a spot. And I mean, I don't understand it. It's like people just expect us to be bad, and so it's the Redskins, so they're going to be bad.
I don't know. But frankly, I'm looking forward to mini camps. I'm looking forward to OTAs. I think that the camaraderie in the locker room is just going to build towards something big and bright. And certainly you got to be chomping at the bit to be able to partake in that this year.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to play. It's been a long time coming. And real quickly, there's 2 other things people have forgot about. This time last year, we didn't have a for sure kicker. We have Kai Forbath.
That's right.
Also, Robert Griffin III, as good as he was last year, he's going to be healthy. I've seen the man rehab. He's doing just fine. He's going to be healthy. Whether he starts game 1 or not, that'll be decided later on down the road. But when he finally does play, he's going to be better because it's his 2nd year in the league. Most guys make their biggest jump from year 1 to year 2 after they've got that year's worth of experience. So our quarterback, the most important position on the team, is going to be even better than he was.
Lots to take in. And before you know it, the NFL draft will be here. And then to me, the season really... it begins so quickly once the rookie minicamp comes, because then the regular minicamp is there, then OTAs and blah, blah, blah. And before you know it, training camp opens. And I know you're looking forward to that.
You know what? I am excited because I finally get to play football. About a week in, am I going to be as excited because it's training camp and nobody likes training camp? Probably not. But just to have the opportunity to play football, to get ready for the season again, I am absolutely excited about that.
Well, take your time, catch your breath, because we still have about a month and a half before we can even start thinking about that. So that's your Redskins segment right here.